Hi guys, Dustin here with another Star Trek, the official Starships collection video from Eagle Moss, and we are taking a look at the U.S.S. Enterprise. Now I know what you're thinking, haven't you done Enterprise 4 times? Well, 5th if you count the dedication plaque. Yes, I did. But this one is much different. With the registry number. It's the same, but only the letter part is different. We are actually taking a look at NCC-1701-E. That's right, the 6th Starship to bear the name Enterprise. Sovereign class starship launched in 2372, length of 685 meters and 24 decks. There's the ship. Constructed at San Francisco Yards on Earth. Warp 9.95, Type 12 phasers, photon quantum torpedoes. Jean-Luc Picard is the only captain of the Enterprise E. My favorite class, Starship, and favorite Enterprise out of the whole bunch, besides the original series Enterprise and the motion picture Enterprise. This ship is sleek, elite, and tough that was ready to fight against the Borg. This ship would become the Enterprise E when the destruction of the Enterprise D was destroyed and was given new registry in honor of its predecessor. It had replaced the Enterprise D, which was destroyed at Veridian 3. It became Starfleet's new flagship, the 6th Federation vessel to bear the name Enterprise. The Enterprise E was the 3rd ship to be commanded by Jean-Luc Picard. His first was Stargazer, and then Enterprise D, then Enterprise E. He brought most of his senior staff with him from her predecessor, Enterprise D. The E proved to be pivotal in stopping both Borg and Romulan attacks on Earth. She also served with distinction during the Dominion War. When the Borg returned in 2372, the Enterprise E was most advanced fleet, but Starfleet was concerned that Captain Picard, who has been temporarily assimilated by the Borg, might be unreliable and assigned the ship to patrol the Romulan neutral zone. And this was Star Trek First Contact, which is one of my favorite movies of all time in the Next Generation era. Later, Picard disobeyed his orders and says, if anyone would object, please note to do so, and it'll be in my captain's log. Data stated, to hell with our orders, and later joined Battle Sector 001. The E took command of the fleet, and Picard's understanding of the Borg proving the key to defeat them. Like the Enterprise D, the Enterprise E was fitted with a captain's yacht, which was docked to the underside of the saucer. Large and somewhat luxurious shuttle was designed for most diplomatic missions. When the Romulan leader Shizon attacked Earth, the Enterprise E was overpowered by his flagship the Scimitar. Picard only managed to stop him by ramming his ship into Shizon's flagship. Following the Borg invasion of 2372, the Enterprise pursued the Borg spear into the pass, and which was temporarily assimilated, forcing crew to abandon ship, which was forcing him to self-destruct, but sadly we didn't get to see the destruction of the ship. But the good thing about it is this ship was able to live to see 2 more motion pictures. The Enterprise survived her collision and returned to space dock and underwent repairs. And this was Star Trek Nemesis, final movie of the franchise before J.J. Abrams' 2009 Star Trek. Although Captain Picard remained in command, several crew members left the ship. For example, Commander Riker was promoted captain and was assumed command of his own ship, the Luna-class U.S.S. Titan, while Commander Data was lost in the final battle with Shizon. Please, Eagle Moss, please do a Luna-class starship, and basically let the name be the U.S.S. Titan, because that would be amazing. The Sovereign class is a long, compact design with 24 decks, which was later reconfigured to 29 decks. As almost all Starfleet vessels, main bridge is located on the top section of the ship, which is a saucer. It's housed in the observation lounge, captain's ready room, and airlock, and the attached cabin equipment locker. Also along perimeter of deck 1 where 2 turbo lifts are linked to the bridge with the rest of the ship. Emergencies Jeffries to provide access through the floor of the bridge. Floor deck 2 emphasizes the main levels of the crew quarters provide rooms with the highest ranking command staff together with officers' mess hall. More crew quarters can be found on deck 3 through 9, as well as fore and aft viewing lounges, science labs, main sick bays, stellar cartography, security offices, transporter systems, and main shell bay. Phaser banks can be found on deck 4 and main phaser banks on deck 5. The look of this ship is just amazing. When I first saw this on Star Trek First Contact, it looked amazing. Now, I was born in '94, so it was very impossible for me to see this movie. I actually do have it on DVD. I watched it time and time again. It was amazing. During its operational life, the Enterprise E underwent a number of refits and upgrades, increasing the amount of weaponry she carried and enhanced the efficiency of her engines. First refit involving repair damages inflicted by the Borg and upgrading the weaponry by adding more torpedo launchers. You have your escape pods right along here. You actually have more surrounding. Phaser strips. Got those along. The registry is right here. Main bridge is smack dab right here in the center, and RCS thrusters alongside. And you have the long warp nacelles. Shame that we never seen it. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Wrap this up quick. Sorry, I'm gonna make it short. I'm limited on the camera time. Designing the ship, the second movie called for a new, tougher Starship Enterprise that was fit to fight the Borg. There were some early concepts, like this one, taking the Enterprise C and stretching out to create a much new, sleeker shape. And then once all that underwent changes, it actually involved making the nacelle struts forward. But in the final version, it's actually backwards. The finished model right here was created by ILM following John Eaves' design but embellished on them. Eaves not been a model maker himself, not only valued, but planned for their contributions. There's actually one of them. It makes it look very good at every angle. Now, here's the final appearance of the ship. Again, showed number of angles. And this was the final. I liked the final. Filming this thing, every time the Enterprise E appeared in a movie that was involved in a new model, whether a studio model or a new CGI version, it was one of the great films to be made. A remarkable number of detailing using skills that are no longer needed in the CG version. It has not made any TV appearances, such a shame, but it did make a first appearance in Star Trek First Contact, and later seen in Insurrection and Nemesis. There were stories that Captain Picard's pet fish, Livingston, survived the destruction of Enterprise D and joined him on Enterprise E. The lionfish, named for producer David Livingston, didn't appear in Insurrection or Nemesis, in case they had a nasty fate in the hands of the Borg. Now, people kept saying that the main view screen is a window. It's actually to be a wall and an image projected on it. The only time it's actually a window in the front was from the 2009 Star Trek movie. It's never been seen, but there's actually been photos of the Enterprise E having the ability to separate saucer from the main body, but it's never been seen. Coming up on issue 12, I believe this may be the 1 year anniversary that I've done Star Trek Starships, is the temporal weapon ship from the Kremlin. In-depth profile of the ship that changed time and sent the U.S.S. Voyager into a year of hell. Voyager lost and gained crew members in Delta Squadron. Here's the back end, and let's take a look at the ship. The Enterprise E is actually one of my all-time favorite Starship vessels. It's much smaller, much more compact, and I actually love it. Now, this is actually not the first time I actually got the Enterprise E. I actually got it with Michael Waltrip's car on the side. Michael Waltrip did race this car, and it looks like now I have something to go along with it. It's very faint that you can barely see the registry number and the name. Even though that is small and compact, this ship was major and it did pack a real punch. And the cells, I actually like the way, because you can actually hold it to light and they'll light up. Yeah, let's have the registry underneath. And I like the ass technique. It's just like, it's out there, even from a distance. Like the impulse engines, how much larger they got. And you could barely see the escape pods. If I were to have a high quality, high definition camera, I would actually show you this, but with the crappy camera that I have, I won't be able to show you. Captain's yacht is under here. Now, here's the deflector dish. This is where mostly the infamous spacewalk scene from First Contact, where Picard, Worf, and one other crew member went underneath the saucer of the ship and stopped more Borg from boarding the ship, which way they're actually trying to assimilate by putting a probe on here and transporting more Borg members from the future to the past. They were able to be stopped, floated away, and destroyed. It's actually the ship is much more of assault than a regular starship. Because whenever Starfleet is ready for a fight against the Borg to save humanity, the Enterprise E or a Sovereign class starship would be up to the call. This is the fifth starship that bears the name U.S.S. Enterprise in my collection. We will not be able to take a look at another Enterprise until next year, where we take a look at Enterprise B, C, and the original version from the original series. So we won't be able to review another Enterprise until that time period. I have no predicted time period for when I get the Enterprise B, the Enterprise C, and the original version of the U.S.S. Enterprise from the original series. Overall, I like this ship. It looks pretty cool. And it's a very good addition to add in my Enterprise collection. So, I apologize for the late upload. My name is Dustin, and I will see you again soon.